Hey everyone, we're pretty much done with the Madam Web conversation, but there's just like one thing that is really keeping me up nights. First of all, Madam Web is great. You know, it's a dumb B movie. Like sometimes you go to a rep theater and you watch two pieces of shit from 1955 and you laugh and you have a good time. That's this. It's terrific. It's a lot better than that Bob Marley movie, which tries to take itself seriously. But here's the thing. It's really bothering me. So they establish that Zosia Mamet, who is blossoming into Sarah Silverman quite wonderfully, has access to all the surveillance of the city. Now, Dakota Fanning and Dakota Johnson and the three girls are in the stolen taxi. And they're racing and they cut back to Zosia Mamet, and she's like, if they cross any bridge or tunnel, we'll see them. And then they cut, and they're in the woods. And I'm thinking, I guess they're in like the northern part of Central Park. Like, there are some in the Ramble, it's called. There are some pretty dense areas there. Maybe they're up in Inwood. There's a park up in Inwood that I've been to like once in my life that's pretty vast, but most Manhattan parks are pretty small. And you can't leave Manhattan. Manhattan is an island. That's famous. You don't have to live in New York. You don't have to live in America. You know that Manhattan is an island. Manhattos, the land of the hills, according to the Lenape people. It is an island. To get off of Manhattan, you need to take a bridge or a tunnel. I know, because I do this every day. And later it is revealed that they're in New Jersey. You can't get to New Jersey unless you're taking the George Washington Bridge, the Holland Tunnel, or the Lincoln Tunnel. Or if you want to go the roundabout way, you can go into Brooklyn and then get over into Staten Island, the Goethals Bridge, the Outer Bridge Crossing, which, by the way, the Outer Bridge Crossing is the greatest name in the history of transit. You hear about the Outer Bridge Crossing. If you look on a map in New York City, the Outer Bridge Crossing is the southernmost crossing of all of the five boroughs. You got the Bronx in the north, Staten Island in the south. The Outer Bridge Crossing connects the very bottom of Staten Island, the duodenum of Staten Island, to New Jersey. The Outer Bridge Crossing. Henceforth, you think it is the outermost bridge, and in fact, it is the outermost bridge, but that's not why it's called the Outer Bridge Crossing. It's called the Outer Bridge Crossing because it's named after an old Dutch burgermeister named Pieter Outerbridge. Yeah, it's so cool. I love that. All right. You're not getting to New Jersey unless you're going on one of these routes. How did it happen? We don't know. We'll never know because this movie's a piece of junk and they cut it 17 times and there's a million. I heard a story about they had different versions. They tested. They were all awful. And then this is a Frankenstein version. Furthermore, we don't really know. We never know what connects these three girls. What's her name? Sydney Sweeney and girl B and girl C are going to become spider ladies in the next movie. God bless. And there should be a next movie. I hope so. And it's like they kick it down the can. Oh, we'll explain it later. They went full J.J. Abrams on this. They just kicked it on down the line. Somebody else is going to figure out why. They vaguely say they all, Madam Web, her power, because her mother got bitten by a spider before she gave birth. And I guess, that could happen. And should it happen to you, it's not good. But she she can see the future for like a second. This is her power. It's not a very good power. It's not a very good movie. So she is able to predict that these three ladies have got Gahaktatsuras coming up if they don't get out of the way, and they're connected to her. Well, one lives in her building. All right, that's pretty cool. That I can understand. One, she saved the guy's father because she's a paramedic. All right. And then the other one is just like they saw each other one day and the girl gave her the finger. That's the great connection. But what connects one girl to the other? It's all Madam Web. But I get it. It's sort of it's a big web, man. I mean, I get that. But they don't really, the jigsaw puzzle piece does not snap into place in a way that I had expected. In a way that I expect more from my superhero movies. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. I have a little more free time on my hands, so you could probably expect some more of these videos coming soon. Goodbye.